I'm the current secretary and chair of the Hart House Chess Club, which is the official chess club of the University of Toronto, and we've been around since 1895.
So that's interesting because Hart House has, I think, only been around since 1919.
Yeah, so after 1895, it started actually, I think, at University College, and then in 1919, Hart House was built, and then we were one of the founding clubs, so we moved over, but we were kind of like the official chess club since 1895 and Hart House Chess Club since 1919, I guess.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So what motivates you to put up this kind of tournament? So your role in the tournament, if you
Yeah.
could just say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm currently the deputy chief arbiter, or like an assistant arbiter to the chief arbiter, or basically part of the arbiter team, and also kind of part of the organizing team. Kind of an extension of being part of the executive board is you basically are part of organizing the logistics, because there's going to be finances, there's going to be purchases, and that sort of stuff. So I'm basically doing both, a little bit of both. I'm also running the DGT boards here, so it's like, like a jack of all trades, I guess, in some sense for this tournament, and helping out wherever is needed.
So I mean, that's a lot on your plate, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So I guess I want to ask you what your motivation for hosting a tournament like this, for running a club which has, I think, well over 200 members.
Yeah, so I think it's probably just the students. That's the main priority always when we run for an executive position, is like we kind of have a vision for what we can do for the students at U of T and to incorporate chess into their student experience. So we run these tournaments because mainly the students can play. It's fundraising as well for the club, so we can run other student activities. For example, we send teams to the Canadian National Championship and the North American Championship. So those require some fundraising, and then like this type of tournament motivates us or helps fundraise that. So then it's kind of a semi-motivation, I guess you could say.
So we have you, like, this is not the 1800s. There are a lot of things that compete with, in-person chess, not just, television and video games and all those sorts of things, but also online chess.
Yeah.
How is a tournament like this relevant?
I think the players who play in-person chess really understand that it's a different feeling compared to online chess. You're not going to be staring at a screen, you're going to be playing against a real opponent, you're going to see them, you're going to experience every move, you're going to have a clock to click, you're going to have pieces to touch. It's going to be an experience, and especially for like a longer tournament, it's something that you kind of can't play online. You got to be in person to really understand like this feeling of in-person chess and the atmosphere. I think it's something that like a lot of chess players understand, but a lot of people online haven't had the experience yet. So, but if they did, I think they would really love it.
All right. I think, I played chess myself. I can understand what you're saying, but what is that special thing? What is that atmosphere? How does that emerge?
Yeah, it's really hard to put a word to it. I think I've struggled with that. I think people, it's just a feeling in your body. I feel like, I don't have the word to explain it, but I think there's just the joy of playing chess in person and not staring at a screen. For one thing, I think you get tired at the end of the game, or you get really happy as soon as you win, or really sad, but that's part of the experience. And I think every chess player after a tournament, they get really tired, and the next day they're still thinking about the tournament, but the effects of that just go on for like the next few days, and I think that's something that I guess it's hard to explain though, so in general.
You have a huge volunteer crew
Yes.
as well. How do you manage these kinds of logistics?
Yeah, so we have a volunteer list. We have like a bunch of executives focused on like how can we engage the volunteers and bring more volunteers in, and also the organizing, like arbitring team is huge this year, so we've focused on like getting students involved in organizing and arbitring and getting that experience. So I think that's part of it. So it's like investments in the club itself towards those goals. So recently we ran the FIDE Arbiter Seminar, which was like training for arbiters so they can gain experience or gain understanding of how to run professional tournaments. And then that helps because then you have in-house bunch of students and alumni, recent alumni, and mentors who basically can build a good system for everyone to run good quality tournaments.
I see. I see. All right,
Yeah.
Victor. I think
Thank you.
you know, you're a very busy man.
Yes.
We can't take you
Yes.
for too long. Thank you so much
Okay.
for doing this.